all here wearing the uniform of the Royal Canadian Artillery of the early Second World War, right here. So with the uniform I'm wearing, you can see with us, obviously, we're a lot different than the red uniforms around. Everyone wearing the red uniform is representing the 78 Highlanders, so a regiment of the 1860s, 1869 to 71 specifically. But for us, you can see the philosophy in uniforms have changed over the 50 years from that time to the First World War. We're wearing green olive. Our webbing, so our equipment, is made of cotton webbing. So rather than, you can see on everyone else, they're wearing leather, white buff leather equipment. Looks very good, but in the battlefield is sort of impractical. So by the First World War, weapon systems have far surpassed that of the 18th and 19th century, where you have muskets or single-shot rifles. In the First World War, just before the First World War really, weapon systems developed like the Lee Enfield right here. So this is a repeating rifle, a magazine rifle. So the way this works is it's got a magazine that holds 10 rounds, and then just cycle the bolts to load and fire your rounds. So you can fire much faster than previous weapons with the advent of longer range artillery, smokeless powder, machine guns, all this sort of stuff gives way to the red uniform, the red scarlet that the British are known for, and the blues, the French, and the blacks, the Prussians, and so on with other European nations. So most of them moving to either a grayish or a dark blue, or in this case, for the Canadians and the Commonwealth Army, you're getting a bit of an off green, a pale green color. So for the equipment I have on, as I was saying, I'm representing the 25th Battalion late in the First World War. And the reason for the late in the First World War is there's quite a few changes in the equipment through the war. So originally when going to war in the First War, there was no helmets, there was no body armor for the soldiers. And that wasn't really seen as something terrible, as armor really hadn't been on the battlefield in the form of helmets or breastplates or leg or anything like that since the musket started to be introduced in large amounts to the battlefield. The idea behind wearing armor before, wearing the chainmail, the closed-over helmets, breastplates, was to stop spear or saber blows. But with the introduction of iron or brass armor, very easily. So what that meant was around the mid-1600s, armor basically was phased out.